This week's episode of Facts or Null is brought to you by therogueshop.com. If you're in need of high-quality, all-natural herbs and extracts that contribute to a happy, healthy lifestyle, the Rogue Shop is the place for you. With a variety of products that contribute to a healthy sleep, lower stress, and a happy mood, the Rogue Shop has you covered. Visit them at therogueshop.com and use code RAPPORT today. Tell them the War Report sent you. What's up, War Report family? We are back with another great edition of Facts or No. Fellas, you guys ready to do this?
Of course.
Yeah. Let's get it kicked off like this. Facts or No, Walker Kessler will have the most blocks in the NCAA by the end of the season. What are we thinking?
This is an easy facts. I don't know how he couldn't. He's just absolutely killing it as far as blocks goes. He's so far ahead of the number two. It seems unlikely that anybody would catch him at this point. Plus, a deep tourney run pretty much guarantees that we get enough games for him to continue blocking shots. So that's an easy facts for me.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to have to go facts here as well. Big Sexy will be the reigning shot blocker at the end of this season because, for like reasons B stated, Auburn is actually going to go deeper into the tournament. We're actually going dancing. Western Kentucky is sitting at 10-9 at this point in the season, and I don't think that's a recipe for them getting in the tournament at the rate they're going. Walker Kessler will definitely have played more games, and you know when he plays, especially if he stays out of foul trouble, he's going to be a problem in the paint for opposing teams, altering shots, eventually blocking shots. So he will be the reigning shot blocker in the NCAA. Big facts.
Yeah, I'm going facts on this one as well. Look, guys, when you're the number one team in the country, you have guys who are number one at stuff. So obviously, he's going to be the number one shot blocker in the country on what is a great defense. This is a top 15 defense that Auburn is playing. I know it wasn't pretty, but at Missouri, they held that team to over 20 points under their average at home in scoring. So having a good defense means having a good shot blocker. I'm going facts on this one. Walker Kessler takes the home crown.
All right, fellas, facts or no? Auburn basketball will earn the number one overall seed in the NCAA tournament. What do we think?
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go nah on this one. I think Auburn's road to the tournament is tough and will be tougher than some of the teams that are ranked around Auburn at this point. I do think Auburn will potentially get a number one seed, but number one overall, Auburn will have to continue winning at the pace it is. And quite frankly, I want Auburn to drop a game or so just to get ready and geared up for the tournament, kind of recalibrate and hit the tournament hard because you can't lose there. So I want Auburn to go ahead and just drop their game. I would love for them to run the table. It would be an amazing story if they go undefeated from here on out, with their only loss being a double overtime loss to Connecticut back in November. But I think Auburn does get a number one seed, but not the overall. So, nah.
Yeah, this is a tough one here for me, but I'm going to go facts on this one again. I know I'm pumping a little sunshine here, but I really feel like this year's Auburn team in 2022 has something really special. I think the win against Missouri proved it. They can win every kind of game and even carry the weight of being the number one team for a number of weeks. You win the SEC tourney at this point. I think Auburn comes away as a number one overall seed in the tournament. Best team this year by far.
All right, fellas. I am going to say nah, not the number one overall seed. Our competition in conference is much steeper than some of the other characters who are vying for that number one overall seed. You got Duke still in the top 10 in a terrible conference. You've got USC out there challenging Arizona for a top seed, and that could get dicey, but that's the only other team Arizona has to worry about. Gonzaga doesn't have any competition between here and the end of the season, so if we slip up and lose another game or two, it doesn't mean that we're worse than Gonzaga. It just means Gonzaga has a lot less losses at that point, and I don't think they will trip up between now and the start of the tournament. And that will determine the number 1 overall seed. I don't think that affects our number 1 seeding. We will get one of those number 1 seeds, but number 1 overall, we've got tough competition. We're going to catch another loss between here and the tourney. Another team might not. That's why. So, nah.
All right, guys, facts or nah? Bruce Pearl will be the highest paid basketball coach next season. Your thoughts on this?
If anybody in the Auburn administration has any common sense, this will be an undoubted facts on this one. Back up the Brinks truck to Bruce's driveway, dump all the cash neatly bound for him in whatever denomination he wants. I think that a deep run into the tournament this year solidifies that. So having 2 Sweet 16 appearances in 3 years, not bad. We could not have gone last year anyway. So I just think at this point, when you find, it's rare to find a lifetime coach. And you've given him 8 years and he's built you into a consistent contender by year 8. That deserves there's no price you can put that's too much to have continuity and consistency within your program. Pay the man top tier results, reserve. They deserve top dollar. I think Bruce gets it this year. Facts.
I am going to say nah. There are a couple of places that overpay their coach. Calipari, Kentucky. You want to pay somebody $8 million a year to win 1 championship in 10 seasons, let them overpay. I think Bruce will get market value for the coach that he is. Now, he may be one of the best 3 or 4 coaches in the country. I think he gets top 4 or 5 money because of that. You know what? Bruce, Auburn, it's a match made in heaven. We aren't a basketball powerhouse, had not been before he got here. He needed a fresh start. We got him that. We got him a brand new arena. Word on the street, we're about to work on a basketball-only facility to keep him happy. And listen, he is making the money back. Do you know what this is doing? Revenue, shirts, appearances on TV. We are the main attraction. You know what these ticket prices are going for now? They're going to pay Bruce Pearl with the money that he is making Auburn University. So, nah, but damn close.
I gotta B stole my answer. I gotta go nah here. I think that he will be one of the highest paid for sure. And I think a person like Bruce Pearl wants to be respected. He wants to get acknowledged for what he's done for this university, but I don't think he has to be the highest paid. I really don't think he has to be. He just wants what he wants. A basketball only facility, the resources needed to do his job and do his job well. I think if you're Auburn, you make that happen. Go round up all the Infinity Stones and snap into existence whatever Bruce wants. Bring it to Bruce, but I don't think he necessarily needs to be the highest paid, nor is he really asking for it. Just make him comfortably one of the highest paid. He'll be happy, and Auburn definitely will be happy because we'll have Bruce. So I'm going nah here.
All right, guys, you know what time it is. It's time for our fan question of the week. This week's fan question comes from our guy, Michael Scarn, spelled with an AU in the middle. That's SCAURN_. He asked on Twitter, facts or nah, changes to the O-line will help Tank make a strong case for the Heisman next season. Fellas.
No. And it's nothing against Tank, but we've got most of the same pieces coming back at offensive line. They improved their pass blocking last season. Run blocking actually got a little bit worse compared to the season prior. Best case, they get back to decent in run blocking, but this is still a passing league, a passing sport now, and there's no way anybody who's a running back is going to make Heisman finalists unless they're pulling down like 2,000 plus yards. It's got to be egregious. I don't see that for this offense because I don't think that's quite who Brian Harsin is. He does want to be balanced, but I also don't think that's the O-line we have. If we're just talking about a running no matter what team, you need the guys up front for that. Hopefully we get better at it. I don't think we're quite there yet, so nah.
I'm going nah here. Tank not winning the Heisman is not going to have anything to do with the offensive line because we're in the age of the quarterback. Quarterbacks are ruling the day. Quarterbacks are throwing the ball a lot more. And even in the SEC, even if we did just force feed the ball to Tank, you got defenses lining up to stop him week in and week out like they did last year. Auburn's going to have to throw the ball. And I think in year 3 for Tank, I think Auburn's going to have to be a lot more balanced, improve on the offensive end as it pertains to throwing the ball, keeping defenses honest, being a threat to throw the ball so that we can create running lanes for Tank. And until then, Tank is not going to have the yards necessary. And even if he did get the yards, there are some running backs throughout college football in the past years who have had gaudy stats only to not be invited to New York for the Heisman Trophy presentation. I just don't see it happening this year with Tank. I hope that he does a lot to improve his draft status, but Heisman, nah.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go nah on this one. The way I see it, we saw kind of a blueprint for what they're trying to do offensively. I just don't think it involves handing the ball to the running back enough times for this to be a reality, regardless of O-line play. I'm just not sure he gets the touches. This coach wants to be balanced at all costs. And I think he's proven that regardless of how the quarterback is playing. He thinks, to run successfully, you have to be able to pass, and to pass successfully, you have to be able to run. So that does not include a ton more run plays, even though Tank is a dynamic back. So while I think he has Heisman talent, I don't think he gets the carries in this offense to get to Heisman status. So I'm going no on this one. Well, that's it for another great edition of Facts or Nah. I want to thank our segment sponsor, The Rogue Shop. Please go check them out at therogueshop.com for all your CBD and herbal supplement needs. Look, we want to hear from you. So if you want to have your question featured on this segment, hit us up, #FactsOrNah on Twitter or Instagram, and let us know your question. We'll get you on the next segment. Other than that, you guys know where to find us. We are The War Report on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TW Report on TikTok. Guys, we're signing off, and as always, War Eagle.